Hey, happy Halloween. This is Suzanne, and I wanted to share with y'all my new, most favorite cucumber, and hopefully it proves to be my favorite for the spring as well. This variety of cucumber is called the Gherking hybrid, and I'm going to put a link in the description box below. I got the seeds from Totally Tomatoes. This variety of cucumber is parthenocarpic and gyonecious. Parthenocarpic means that it does not need to be fertilized to create a fruit. So given the environment that we're in right now and the trouble that our pollinators are in, I'm always interested in things like that. Of course, it still has male and female flowers, but getting onto that, gyonecious means that the plant makes more female flowers than male flowers. Many of you may or may not know that cucumbers have separate male and female flowers. The male flowers do not make fruit. So since the fruit is the part that you eat, it's obviously advantageous to have a plant that makes more female than male flowers. So I'm going to show you how these plants are doing. I started the seeds on September 18th. I marked it down in my book. The days to harvest is supposed to be 50 to 55 days. I did start these indoors in a solo cup. I put 3 seeds in each of 2 cups. I think I put 5 seeds in each of 2 cups, and I thinned down as necessary to 3 seeds per cup. Then I transplanted each of those into a bucket outside when they were ready. So these did have transplantation. I'm telling you all this because days to maturity was 50 to 55 days. I have fruit to the size it's supposed to be, which is 3 inches. I have fruit in 42 days. 42 days, 6 weeks. So completely blew the expectation out of the water for me. And while right now it's just one fruit that's that big, there's another right behind it, and then there's a whole mess of them that are about to be ready. So enough of my jabbering. I'm going to show you this great plant, Gherking hybrid. Alright, so here's the plant. Back up. And there's the fruit. I measured that fruit earlier. No, I didn't because it's too close to ground. I measured this one. This one's only 2 inches. Now this is a smaller cucumber. It is supposed to be picked at 3 to 5 inches, but that's okay. I'll come in here and kind of prune these old leaves off while I'm filming. When I put these out, it was still pretty hot. It was in the 90s, so of course I was worried about disease problems, which I do have in the early summer with cucumbers. I have a very short season in the summer with cucumbers because it's just so darn hot. It heats up way too fast here. Hot and humid. And as you can see, like I said, I've got three plants in this one bucket. And I filled this bucket. The bottom, I did sort of a hugelkultur. So on the bottom, I put decayed, rotted wood. I found an old dead tree in the woods that had fallen over. I put decayed, rotting wood in the bottom. Then I put a layer of uncomposted cow manure above that, probably thinner than this, maybe about 3 inches. Then I put soil, actual soil that I got from the holes from planting my orchard. Now when I noticed that it was fruiting, you know, I didn't know how much of that of the manure it was able to break down. I did put a little bit of fertilizer way off here to the side just to kind of give it a boost. And I did hit it with Miracle-Gro twice. That being said, you know, I do that for all my cucumbers, and I've never had this fast of a result. So this is definitely not really necessarily anything I did. There's a bee right now. There's a wild bee. There's one of my honeybees flying around here. She wanted to go to this flower, but the species of ants that we have here pollinate the flowers, and a lot of times they keep the bees off of them, unfortunately. So here's the one that I measured. That's 3 inches. Here is all, look at all these fruit. Look at all those fruit. And we're just getting started. I mean, hopefully we have a late frost. Normally it happens sometime from middle to the end of November, and we're at October 31st. So, I mean, if I can get a few weeks of cucumbers out of this, I'm just going to be tickled. I plan on cleaning out that greenhouse over there. That thing is old, doesn't hardly have any light transmission, but I've got to clean it out and get some lights in it so that I can keep these plants alive. That's also why I put them in the bin. Hope you guys have a great Halloween. We appreciate y'all, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. See you next time.